Dennis Simpson with my friend Miss Joanna and Mr. Ike.
Hey, Dennis.
And Ike is through complaining about the traffic. We're good now. We got that out of our system.
It's out of everybody's
It's
system.
out of everybody's system. But we are at the Boys and Girls Club. Hey.
Where would you all like to?
Well, actually, we can just read right here in the middle. That's fine. Actually, no, I tell you what.
Take some counters off where you're going to be.
You know what I'd really like to do? I'd like for all of us to sit at one of these tables back here, if that's okay. Can we do that? This is just B-roll here. This is wonderful.
Yeah, for that, the library's going to do it.
Is that a better idea? Hang on, I'm recording. I'm going to need you back over my iPad a little bit more if you would.
Okay.
Wait,
there's a ball under that.
Yes.
I thought it was just like a squishy thing.
Do you want to sit in the middle so I'm straddling the leg, or
No, it's okay.
We start this one. There we go.
Yeah, are you okay?
Yeah.
There we go. There we go.
Brought to you by Janae Cook, Taylor Realty Group, 501-617-9747. Don't delay. Call Janae. Brought to you by M-Force Capital. Joanna Horton at M-Force Capital, 501-922-9259. Your local professional in Hot Springs Village. And literally like your good neighbor, Ike Eisenhower, your State Farm agent. Your good neighbor is there, 501-984-4100.
Dennis Simpson and Mr. Ike and Miss Joanna, and we're apparently where we need to be, and that is in the library. And it was in the library with a candlestick. And no, that's a different show, different discussion. Wanted to talk with these fine folks. One of the things that we all have in common is, I'm certain, I had a great childhood. I remember so many people nowadays are saying, "Oh, my parents did this, and my parents did." I have no complaints. I mentioned one time earlier that my dad said, "Y'all were great. You never rebelled." I'm like, rebel against what? We had 3 hots, a cot, and we got it to live indoors. It was a great thing. For the same for y'all, right? Now, your dad was a carpenter?
My dad was a construction worker. He poured concrete.
Oh, okay. So he was always coming home good and dirty, right?
Always dirty. Always late for dinner.
And your dad was self-employed.
Real estate appraiser, yes.
So he knew the ups and downs of different life, right? We were doing well, and then you're going to eat beans again, right?
It came and it went. I mean, I can't cry poverty or anything like that, but there were times where we kind of hungry. Yeah.
And your dad always wanted to bring people home.
Yes.
If you haven't seen that show, man, go see that show with Joanna. That is a world-class show.
Mm-hmm.
So your dad liked to bring people home, to say the least.
Right, he did. On a normal basis, it was just life. Yeah.
And you had so much room, and there was nobody else around, and there was so much food.
Right. I came from a big family, and my dad's a construction worker, but he built it. No, he didn't buy. He built us bunk beds. I almost fell off this chair again. He built us bunk beds so that we would have plenty of room for people to sleep when they needed a bed to lay in. And so that was just life.
And if I hasn't heard, I know others, you can't possibly watch all our shows. I get it. We had the gentleman that was carrying the cross across the United States.
Yeah.
Arthur Druggins?
Arthur Blessed. Yeah. And so my dad ran into him on the street one day coming home from Dallas, and he was tired. Obviously, he's pulling a cross across the United States. And my dad picked him up, brought him home, and gave him some food and a hot shower and a bed to sleep in. And the next day, he walked out pulling his cross.
Me and Ike do this all the time. Hey, put your cross in the back. We'll take you home. We'll get you something. Right? Put your cross in the back of the truck, right?
Right.
Yeah, didn't exactly work that way. The reason I bring all this up is because our backgrounds, for the most part, are very similar. My dad actually started. My dad started pushing a broom at American Machine and Foundry (AMF) down on 65th Street, and 38 years later, he was assistant plant engineer. He went to school at night. He learned all these things. He did amazing things. And they said, "Hey, we're closing the plant down. You want to move to Rochester, New York?" And he was like, "Where it snows? No, thank you." And from there, he went into printing. And this June 1st, he'll turn 90.
Wow.
And remarkable. So we have nothing to complain about. And a lot of the people here don't either at the Boys and Girls Club. But some do. All things are not alike. Would that be fair, Ike?
Absolutely. And the club is here for all kids. But, if you get any kind of assistance whatsoever, free lunch at school or whatever. They cut the cost of the club in half for something
Really?
like that. Yeah, so the club does three things. It's got after school program, it's got the summer program, and it has sports.
Mhm.
And so, like the summer program, for instance, they will have 130 kids or so
Really?
at the summer program here every day, and it costs them $325 for the entire summer.
For the entire summer?
And if you have, that includes breakfast and lunch. And if you have any kind of meal assistance or anything like that, half. It's like
Really?
$160 for your entire summer.
I got an
So
email
it's
this morning.
$10 to $15 a week.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, and you say, well, that's a great deal. That's awesome. You know what? If you're a single working parent or even a couple with a 2 or 4 kids, it can be, how could you possibly, $1,000 for childcare for the summer?
Mhm.
That can get tough quick. We got
Absolutely.
3 kids and $325 a piece. That gets pricey quick. That kind of assistance doesn't just come out of the clouds. We're about to have a fundraiser for the Boys and Girls Club, which is a wonderful organization. What is that, June?
May.
May.
May 7th, we have our gala, our annual spring gala, and it is a big fundraiser for the club. And it's at the Coronado Center,
Mhm.
and we usually fill the place up and have a good time.
And we are looking for donations. As a guy who's on the donation committee, I know exactly if you want to make a donation, if you say, hey, and for example, you've got a condo that you will auction off sometimes. I'll auction off some of our time at our Airbnbs. You can give about anything you want, anything of material value that people will bid on. And it helps raise funds. And those funds go right here to put well-deserving kids in here. And you said the sports program?
Yes.
And then-
On the behind us, right where the home plate is, that's
Insert aerial drone footage here.
yeah. The reason it's called a home plate is it's where the ball fields are.
Yeah.
They're t-ball fields, softball fields, baseball fields, and there's even a soccer field in the back. And so yeah, my kids played sports here, and kids. There's still a lot of kids that play sports here in their youth programs.
Keeps them out of trouble, right, Joanna?
It does.
Kept you out of trouble, right?
Sure.
I was going to say, then the after-school program is huge also.
It
For
is.
working families, that is just unbelievable. My granddaughters go here. I have twin granddaughters that go here.
Yeah, first thing they do is their homework, and which we've got the library here, and then they get to have a snack. They get to play. It's a fun afternoon. And for people like me, I've had many employees that depended on the club because the kids would get off from school. They'll get bused up to the club. They hang out at the club, and at 5:00 when we shut down, they can come pick up their kids and take them home.
And how does this directly affect you, Ike? If there wasn't something like this at 3:30, you would have employees going, I got to
What am
go.
I going to do with my kid?
What am I going to do with my kids? Hey, we're going to bring them up here for a while, Ike.
Yeah,
Yeah.
or all summer long, where they're going to be with their kids.
How about that Boys and Girls Club? Maybe I should make a donation over there.
Mhm.
Tell me more about Altrusa. Tell me more about what it does and how it helps the community.
So Altrusa is an organization of all women at this point. We have had a man or two in the past, but mostly women. And we focus on reading and child literacy and food insecurities.
Mm-hmm.
And so we do that by partnering with the local schools. We do a number of different events with them, but I think the one that we're most well known for is the 4.0 scholarship, which we talked about a little bit earlier, but it's basically for those kids who can score a 4.0 each year. And when that happens, then you get an invitation to the governor's mansion and a nice meal, all paid for by Altrusa, and then we present you with the scholarship. So it's pretty nice and a very rewarding thing for the kids.
Well, and we talked about this earlier. These are kids that, some of the guys here have never worn a suit and tie.
Right.
Up into the governor's mansion. Some of the girls have
So
never
they
worn
get to get
dresses.
dressed up. We
Yeah.
also help with that. We have people that, volunteer to help, make sure that the kids have what they need to prepare for that night because it is a big event. And then, during the school year, we also we work with the local schools in the food pantry inside the school, snack angels, if you will, and provide snacks. to the counselors for those kids that they know that are in need and they may be going home hungry, so that they can assist and make sure that they have the nutrition that they need.
I guess it's been probably 20 years ago. I was at Rock Creek, and Mark Evans is the pastor there over on 430 in Little Rock. Great guy, wonderful. Just think the world of him and the whole staff there. And he came in and said, we've really got to go ahead and we got to start making these snack packs for kids to take home on the weekend.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, do what? And he said, because there's no breakfast meal at school, there's no lunch meal at school. When these kids come home, sometimes they don't have anything to eat. And I'm like, you're kidding, right? In America, right? And I thought, well, we'll make a few of these backpacks and we'll put peanut butter and crackers and snacks and whatever with them. Within 6 months, we were making 375 a week.
It's amazing how many kids
The need
go
is greater than you can
without
imagine.
food. Yes,
Yeah.
it really is. And then if a child, I spent a lot of years as the president of the school board back in Texas before I came to Arkansas, and studies show that if a child is hungry, they can't focus, they can't learn. It affects their emotional stability, so they can't pay attention to what you're saying or even sit still. So without food, it really is hard for a child to concentrate and learn.
Child, nothing. It hurts me and I too. We get. What were you saying?
So it is, as much as we like to think that it doesn't happen in America, there's hundreds of kids who take advantage of this.
Yeah, and it's a great thing. And let me go back just for a second. We were talking about this before we hit the record button. I noted that you got to go to the governor's mansion a couple of times too, right?
I did. Both my girls finished in the top 3 at Jessicaville in their classes, and I got to go to the governor's mansion until they decided that they were going to throw a bee in there.
Kids,
One bee, and you're not invited anymore.
Yeah, you're off the list. You see that sign over there? It says "Make every day count."
Yes. Wow. I tell you what, this is a wonderful institution. I wish, you know what, if I'm remiss, we should have done this months and years ago. This is so wonderful. We really probably need to do one of these a year just to let people know the opportunities.
Yeah.
There's two-sided. You say, well, I don't know that I can contribute. Okay, well, maybe you need something. Come to the Boys and Girls Club. We can help you. Come to Altrusa. We'll be happy to help you and assist in any way possible. Altrusa has a great website, don't they?
We do. Altrusa. Ooh.
I'll have to.
I think
It'll be
it's
below
Altrusa.
here.
Yes.
It'll be down here.
Down there below.
And the Boys and Girls Club Gala is on
May the 7th.
May the 7th.
May the 7th. It's a fun time.
Yeah, I guess
It's
it's
a fun time.
Yeah.
We have a good program and live music, and everybody sticks around and dances afterward, and it's a fun time.
It is really a fun time. And I got to say that when I mentioned about the auction and the fundraisers, it's typically a silent auction, and they're lined up around the outside of the Coronado Center.
Mm-hmm.
And you can just peruse through and you can pick up, or you go, oh, look, I live on Lake DeSoto. And there is like a laser cut map of Lake DeSoto that's 3-dimensional. They're super. The stuff that is donated is super cool, and everything from lawn care to condos to you name it. And it's a great time. You want to look it up. I'll put the links at the bottom. Dennis Simpson, Hot Springs Village Venues, Miss Joanna, Mr. Ike. We'll see you next time.
Don't delay. Call Janae. Janae Cook, Taylor Realty, 501-617-9747. Whether you're buying, selling, or just considering. Oh, we don't need a realtor yet. Yes, you do. Don't delay. Call Janae. 501-617-9747. Call 501-922-9259. Joanna Horton at M-Force Capital. She can offer a complimentary financial evaluation planning session just for you and your needs. Once again, 501-922-9259. And literally like your good neighbor, Ike Eisenhower, your State Farm agent. Your good neighbor is there. 501-984-4100. The Home Plate Cafe and Bakery. Great home cooking and an amazing bakery located just outside the gates of Hot Springs Village. 501-984-6969 or go through the drive-thru. The Midnight Tavern, Hot Springs Village only late night place that stays open till 2 a.m. Great music, amazing drinks, and Chef Jonna cooking for you every night. At 110 Colella Drive, Hot Springs Village, Arkansas, just across from the Shell. Call for information at 501-226-0078, 501-226-0078, Or check them out on Facebook with all the latest entertainment. And by Domino's Pizzas West and upcoming East. That's right, Domino's Pizza will have an East location mid-2026. Great food, great service, and great 501-915-9595. 501-915-9595. KVRE at 92.9 and streaming worldwide on iHeartRadio. KVRE is your family-owned local hometown radio station, so be sure and tune in for live local programming, news, sports, and information every day at 92.9. HSV Radio. HSV Radio is heard every Saturday morning at 9 a.m. or streaming on any of the major platforms. Hot Springs Village Radio is an eclectic mix of music, motivation, great music history, and Saturday morning fun. Join us every Saturday morning at 9 a.m., 92.9. Hot Springs Village only short-term rental with over 2,100 five-star reviews. All properties are lakefront. They include complimentary kayaks, hot tub, pet-friendly, and a stunning view of the lake. Visit DD Village Prop today for your vacation getaway.